Welcome back to Teaching Jobs Korea, your official channel where you can find all information pertaining to recruitment in English education and teaching opportunities in South Korea. And today's video is going to be for US citizens who are trying to get their documents ready and the route you can take and the timeline and some various options that you can go about getting your documents ready if you are a US citizen. Also, I'll be providing some information if you are currently a US citizen living outside of the US wanting to come to teach from that country. So please stay tuned. And I think the first thing that we have to just clarify is understanding what documents you need to prepare. So here's a quick list. First, you would have to get a notarized copy of your degree with an apostille. Do keep in mind that when you get your degree apostille that you should get a notarized copy of your degree apostille opposed to the original, because once you actually secure a position and then you mail your documents and it gets submitted to the immigration office, it stays at the immigration and it does not get returned to you. So we always recommend that you get a notarized copy of your degree apostille. The second document that you have to get ready is your FBI background check, and you would have to get that apostilled as well. Now for the FBI background check, you can get the apostille at state level or at federal level, so that would be a very important key because the state level apostille will only take 3 days and the federal level will take up to 4 weeks. The third document that you would need to prepare would be a valid passport that's good for more than 6 months on the expiration date. Now that we have a good understanding of the documents you need to prepare, the next step is to get started in the process. Now the first thing that I think you should do is apply for the background check, because that will take about a week to 2 weeks to get ready. Now there are 2 routes to getting your FBI background check. You can go through the FBI directly and contact them, and the processing time will be a little bit more longer, but it will be a little bit more inexpensive, where it may take up to 2 weeks. Or you can use a third-party company where you can get your documents expedited, and that could take only like maybe 2 to 3 days. So if you're willing to spend a little bit more money, going through a third-party company to get it expedited might be a faster route and just a little bit more convenient in the process. Now do keep in mind that when you apply for the FBI background check that you're going to have to send your fingerprints to either the FBI or the company that's going to be expediting your documents. And I do suggest that when you send your fingerprints that you get not just 1 copy of prints, but you maybe get like 2 copies, because sometimes there are cases where you send the fingerprints and the FBI has a hard time reading the fingerprints. So it's always good to send an extra set so that you don't have to waste money on excessive international shipping or express mail. Also keep in mind that when you apply for the FBI background check that you'll be given 3 options of application. You can either apply for a PDF version, you can apply for a hard copy version, or you can apply for a PDF and hard copy. We do suggest that you just apply for the PDF version because that will be sufficient to be able to get everything processed and apostilled. Now after your FBI background check comes out, then you're going to have to get your FBI check and your degree apostilled. And to get your documents apostilled, there are 2 methods. If you want to go the longer route and the more inexpensive route, you can take those documents directly to the Secretary of State office and get it apostilled there. Do keep in mind that if you went to university out of state, that you're going to have to get the degree apostilled in the state in which you attended university at. So maybe if you attended out of state college, then maybe going through a third-party company would be better to get it expedited, and they'll handle everything for you and get it apostilled at the correct Secretary of State office. And they can also apply for your FBI background check and process it and also apostille it directly for you after everything is processed. Now, for a third-party company, we do recommend a company called Monument Visa. They are located in Washington, D.C., and we're not sponsored by them, but I have referred a lot of teachers and they've always been reliable and fast in the service, so I just wanted to refer them to you as well. You're more than welcome to use any other companies similar to Monument Visa that you feel comfortable using, so it's not a case that you have to use them. But the way that you would apply through the third-party company is that you would fill out their online application, you would send them fingerprints, and then they'll process the FBI background check for you, and then once they process it, then they'll get both documents apostilled for you and then send it back to you. Now please keep in mind that if you are requesting state-level apostille on the background check, that you have to inform the company that you want a state-level apostille on the background check opposed to a federal apostille, because the FBI background check is technically technically a federal document, so if you don't say anything, they'll just automatically do it at federal level, which can take up to 4 weeks, opposed to getting it done at state level, which will only take like maybe 2 to 3 days. Now, if you are a US citizen who is currently living abroad outside of the US and you're trying to get your documents ready, the best option would be to use a company like Monument Visa, where all you would have to do is just fill out their online application, and then you would have to go to a local police station to get fingerprinted, and then mail them the fingerprints, and they'll process the FBI background check. They'll get it apostilled for you, and then they can internationally ship it to you, or they can hold on to it, and then you can have them mail it to the hiring school after you secure a position, so that you can save money on the international shipping part. Thank you for watching my video, and hopefully the information was helpful in pointing you in the right directions on how to get your documents if you're from the US. And I'll be back with more videos pertaining to recruitment and teaching opportunities in South Korea. And please make sure to subscribe and like if you thought this video was helpful. Thank you.